The Whine and Cheese Show is a Metaverse and NFT discussion and interview series brought to you by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment and host BEN68 and Morecheeese. Warning: the information and opinions within are solely the views of the individuals involved and contains content not suitable for anyone.
G'day and welcome to Season 1, Episode 33 of the Whine and Cheese in the Metaverses Show.
Today we spoke to Nociphe about how he got into the Metaverse and Upland, his new project ideas for NYC boroughs, and his overall thoughts on Upland.
Oh boy, you might want a triple espresso martini laced with a big juicy glug of Red Bull for this one to get to the meat among the sauce. It's a special Red Hook robot dancing episode of
The worst show ever.
Whine and Cheese. Time for Whine and Cheese. Whine and Cheese. Time for Whine and Cheese. Cheese. One is a wanker, one's like it stunts. One's from Australia, one's from the Bronx. Talking about the Metaverse and NFTs. Interviewing all the real crypto G's.
Hello, welcome to the Whine and Cheese in the Metaverses show. This is episode 33. We have Mr. Nociphe here, and he's our guest host. We'll be talking to him later about some of his projects, and he will be giving his very biased opinion on our articles and Upland Talk.
Yes, you two have been cooking away on a interesting project. I've seen little sneak peeks here and there, so I can't wait to hear more.
Me too.
Definitely.
But first, the spillage.
Spillage,
And
I like that.
We've got a fair bit to cover this morning, actually, or this afternoon, whatever it is for you. It's morning for me. The first one, we've been talking about this for a while, Cheese, and bada bing, bada boom, here it is. Virtual reality kissing is finally here.
Without
and
the
it
herpes.
features real-time haptics.
Real-time haptics without the herpes.
Yes.
That's what they should have put.
Have you looked into this article? I actually had a read through before, like I actually prepared today, which is very unusual. Some very interesting stuff here.
Let's go through it because I skimmed through it fast.
Yeah, at first I thought, well, this picture here that they're using, it like the person has a virtual reality headset with a whole bunch of computer wires in it, but there's nothing anywhere connected to the mouth. And I thought, oh, well, this must be just some stock photo they've used, but it's actually the contraption.
It blows air or something?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So we'll just set this up. It says virtual reality has come a long way in recent years, creating unreal environments and unprecedented tactile experiences. However, researchers have struggled to recreate an adequate simulation of our most precious senses of touch, like kissing. Until now. Blah, blah, blah. University's group has tweaked an off-the-shelf virtual reality headset, which explains the picture, to recreate the sense of touch on a wearer's face, specifically a kiss on the mouth without, and this is the important part, adding any parts that actually cover that area. So yeah, they're doing it by using ultrasonic transducers.
So I'm guessing that it's not going to be like a tongue kiss sort of thing. It's just going to be kind of like a peck.
No, you are wrong.
Oh my God.
In this research, we built a thin, compact, beam-forming array of ultrasonic transducers, which could be integrated into future headsets in a practical and consumer-friendly way. Yeah, if you see that picture, it looks kind of clunky with all the wires on the bottom of the headset, but obviously that's like a prototype sort of thing. So we use this hardware to focus airborne acoustic energy onto the lips and into the mouth, creating sensations such as taps and continuous vibrations, which we can also animate along arbitrary 3D paths.
Jesus Christ.
In addition to the lips, our effects can be felt on the teeth and the tongue. And when coupled with coordinated graphical feedback, the effects are convincing, boosting realism and immersion.
All right, I got a question. Who when do you think the first person is going to put this thing on their torso instead of their head.
Well, you know, that's researchers be researching. It's for research, Ma. Shut the door. I'm researching.
Shut the door, Mom. Oh my God.
I'm researching. So this is interesting. They say, obviously, the most obvious application of such a device is kissing. But is it though? The group notes that they built a variety of sensory demos, including raindrops, mud splatter, pushing through cobwebs, and crawling bugs. Basically, it seems like they have created simulations for nearly any sensation you can feel on your face.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Oh,
Yeah.
like on your face.
Yeah. Because, you know, you can get those. Isn't there like headphones now where you don't even wear them, but it vibrates through your jawbone or something weird?
I had that before my Lucio headphones from Overwatch. So he has this thing where like it kind of vibrates like a speaker. So whenever I play Overwatch and he boops somebody, it kind of like vibrates on the head.
So it says while in air haptics using ultrasonic phased arrays is not new, they are the first to integrate the technology into a headset for use on the mouth.
The most obvious applications for the face.
Yeah, I don't.
So on that one.
And this is interesting here too. It says the development is exciting, but it could be further engineered to offer full body virtual reality sensations. And that's an incredible proposition, we know. Not to mention how cumbersome body spanning VR devices might need to be with today's technology. So they're saying like, and we've kind of talked about this before too, like wearing a full haptic suit kind of thing or getting in a pod or something like that. But the way this system works through your bones and that sort of thing, it's not going to have to be like that. It's jacking into your body's hardware and software.
Well, it's all right. So it's funny. Are you both familiar with Red Dwarf?
Slightly, yeah.
How about you, Nociphe?
Yeah, it's like I think they're just like starting to open the Pandora box, and it's kind of just a rabbit hole. Like the development will just go faster and faster in this way because like the money is flowing in the ecosystem. So yeah, I think like it's crazy, but maybe it wasn't the question, right?
Have you ever seen Red Dwarf before?
No,
No.
actually.
All right, so it's a very, very clever, intelligent, late 80s, early 90s British comedy.
Way before its time.
Way before its time. Oh my God, it's extremely brilliant. I recommend everybody to go watch it. But there was an episode in there called Better Than Life. And it was a video game where you strap yourself fully in and you're just kind of in this world where you could feel, hear, even taste everything. So I could see this getting to that point.
Yeah, definitely. What's the name again? The red dwarf?
Red Dwarf.
Yeah.
Dwarf. It's my accent. I'm gonna type it.
Dwarf, yeah. DWAF,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, okay. I got you guys.
Yeah, I remember watching that when I was a kid, and it was kind of a bit too intelligent for kids, but yeah, and for a lot of adults too. It was very
most likely.
and it had that classic British humor, you know, like what's the main one? Life of Brian and all that sort of stuff. I'm just blanking on who does all those. Oh man, I'm blanking on it. But yeah, no, very clever show. So that's interesting. It's, you know, we've been talking about that. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, and it's certainly happening. Everything's happening a lot faster than I expected. So where it goes from there, well, we know where it goes from there.
I could see it being used for a lot of long distance relationships, or if your significant other goes away for business long term and like you just want to kind of keep in touch with them.
Yeah, it's a bit, I don't know, it's a bit creepy for me, but yeah. see where it goes. We'll keep an eye on the space. Something else that was very cool that I happened to see, and it's pretty timely actually, with the Formula One Grand Prix in Miami this weekend is going to be just an absolutely massive event. The Mercedes Formula One team has revealed that they're doing an NFT auction, and they actually have this weekend, they have their rear wing on the cars decked out in an NFT design, and that's going to be auctioned off. Like the actual rear wing is going to be auctioned off as part of it.
Wow, that's so cool.
For charity. Now my computer is dying slightly, but yeah, you can see the rear wing there. It's looking very colorful.
Oh my gosh.
And this FTX brand, that they're an existing sponsor of the Mercedes Formula One team. So we've seen recently a hell of a lot of crypto companies investing in sponsorship in Formula One and IndyCar and all of the big sporting events around the world and stuff. So this is just a continuation of that. Now, we've previously talked about, I think it was Red Bull, wasn't it, that was doing NFTs?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, and also, yeah, McLaren, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it says, in collaboration with team sponsor FTX, the cryptocurrency exchange, a range of digital collectibles have been released for the Miami weekend, which is this weekend. So, yeah, these include special designs from artist Mad Dog Jones, whose artwork features Mercedes Formula One car will adorn the rear wings of both Lewis Hamilton and George Russell in Miami. So, yeah, after the race weekend, they're going to auction off the rear wings alongside relevant NFTs.
Now, will you be going for this? Because I know you used to do racing, Ben.
Oh no, this will be untold hundreds of thousands for a rear wing. Even just the base cost of a rear wing of a Formula One car. It's incredible the amount of money that would cost, let alone this sort of situation. So I looked at that, and then I jumped over to the Mercedes Formula One website, and yeah, it kind of gets into it in a few more details there. You know, it says the same thing. They're proud to have launched the first series of NFT drops powered by FTX. And this is cool. We're bringing fans closer to the team in a way that was never possible before. And, you know, we see Upland doing this trying to do this with the NFLPA and getting cards signed and all that sort of stuff. So, no, it looks very cool.
That does look really cool.
Yeah, so there's a whole collection of NFTs.
Now, what is this? What blockchain is this on?
I think it's Ethereum.
All right. Well, at least it's not something exotic. You know, I know Ethereum. I know like EOS. I know Wax. At least it's not like some.
Yeah, and you want to talk about prices. So it says these 3 Mad Dog Jones NFTs. So there's 3 NFTs will each be bundled with a physical item. So we've said the two rear wings are going to be wrapped in the artwork that are driven on the track in Miami this weekend. The 3rd NFT is bundled with a full-size 2022 Mercedes Petronas Formula One replica car wrapped in the NFT artwork. Yeah, each of these 3 incredible auction items present the first ever chance to own a piece, and this is the really important part, of both digital and physical motorsport history. Now, we've been talking about this for a long time. Like if you go and buy your Nike shoes, where you're going to have a NFT that's associated with it. You know, this is just the leading edge of where the entire space is headed. It can go both ways. You could buy the NFT, and then that allows you to get the physical item at maybe for a discount or whatever, or you purchase like a physical item and you get an associated NFT with it. So it can definitely go both ways.
And the NFT could be kind of like your certificate of ownership.
Yes, absolutely.
So they're giving you a full freaking car?
A full car, a full replica Formula One car. Yep.
Holy smoly.
Yeah. So
yeah, I heard that there is like the CEO of Reddit and 2 Chainz, the rapper, they are launching a project that is doing like the opposite as we are doing. They're using like NFTs to authenticate like real stuffs.
Yep.
That's cool. I like it.
Yeah, I expect. Yeah, you're going to be talking about high 100,000s here, possibly even millions. The auction will start for all 3 items on Friday, May the 6th, which is now, and close on Friday, May 13th. So, yes, pretty crazy stuff. And all proceeds are going to charity, which is really cool.
Yeah, that is
And
cool. That's really, I really like that visual.
Yeah, I jumped over here to the FTX. Oh, hang on. No, I did have it there. Yeah, it shows the car there. Like, look how cool that looks wrapped in the full artwork.
That looks so freaking cool.
Yeah, if you're just listening, you'll have to jump on over and check that out. Yeah, it looks amazing. But yeah, I just, for curiosity's sake, I've never heard of this FTX exchange. Have you heard of that?
No.
Yeah, it seems to be a US thing, or it says FTX US. Do you know this, Nociphe?
Yeah, I heard like a couple of times this platform. Yeah, this exchange.
Yeah, so it has
don't know much, but yeah, I heard the name like a couple of times. Mostly
it's interesting.
In like the sports stuff. So.
Sports, yeah, because it's got a whole bunch of, it's got an NFT section, it's got a whole bunch of stuff, including CryptoPunks, and I don't know, my computer's not going to load, but yeah, all sorts of really cool gaming projects and whatnot. So it seems like they're in Solana and Ethereum, it looks like. So yeah,
Nomadic?
check that out. I don't know, my computer's been a donkey. So is there anything else you wanted to touch on there? But yeah, let's look. There's got sports NFTs,
Hey,
games
dogs for Dog Romeo.
Yeah, virtual worlds.
Oh wow,
Unique utilities.
that's so
Coachella
cool.
collectibles.
I have to check this out after the show.
Yeah, and it's it's got all that degenerate ape stuffs. Yeah, there we go. CryptoPunks.
Wow.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty cool site actually. Independent creators.
Can you log in through click login just to see the like if I could do it with my MetaMask?
Well, this is US, so I'm assuming it says create a free account, so I'm pretty sure you gotta email, passwords, all that sort of stuff. So it's not a direct.
Yeah, all right.
Not a direct thing, but definitely worth checking out.
Yeah.
Speaking of drops, there's a very, very cool drop happening in about 20 hours, Cheese.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I can't wait. We've been waiting for this for a while. Like what, like over a month, perhaps 2 months.
That was quite a while ago that we had Jonesy on the show talking about his project, and you got in his ear about a collaborate. Well, it's not really a collaboration, is it? It's more of a showcase sort of thing.
Yeah. Oh, I'm happy. Like when I don't have to do anything and I could just appreciate someone else's work. I'm completely happy. Look at us.
Yes.
This is our first stepping into the corporate world, and we're so happy and excited. And I'm giving the thumbs up, and your face is all shiny with hope and anticipation.
Yes. Can you just give a quick rundown on who Jonesy is and what his project is all about?
Jonesy is part of the corporate world, Hell on Earth. We had him on here. He is amazing. He is kind of like a do-it-all himself sort of guy. Yep. And he takes funny instances of situations that would happen inside like the corporate world and kind of puts them into his art, and his stuff is really clever and fun to look at. And also there's this other one that he has that I really like. It's
the monsters one.
Yes, the monster love or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really like that. I mean, Ben and I are pretty dark, and we kind of have the same taste with that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. While you were just talking there, thank you for that. I did scroll through and check our Whine and Cheese playlist. Jonesy is season 1, episode 20. So if you want to check out some more of Jonesy stuff, get on. So this drop is happening in, where is it? Maybe it's too dark. I can't see. I think it's 19 hours, so 20 hours from. By the time this video goes live, well, it'll be live by the time this video goes live. So yeah, and 5 wax, very cheap. Now I've been scrambling to sell a few things because I want to get as many of these as I can. I'm hoping to get 10.
I would like to get a bunch too. What is the quantity on this?
I don't know. It only says at the top, minimum possible mint,
Oh,
number 10, because Jonesy has minted the first 10, and then it says it's got the infinity symbol over there. So I guess he hasn't put the max yet. Well, I don't. You're the expert on that side of things.
Now, does it show what it looks like when it's held?
I've got that set up ready to go. I knew you were going to ask that question. So yeah, we'll check on over because Jonesy was kind enough to send Cheese and I both versions ahead of the drop. Now, as you may have seen.
Now, this is a sneaky peek. Actually, it's not because this comes out tomorrow after the drop.
Yeah, it'll be just after. So if you're lucky, you might be able to get over and get some more. So there's just the standard version.
This is us in the beginning, like when we first start working there.
Fresh-faced, full of enthusiasm, full of optimism. And then we switch over to the rare version, if my donkey will load.
There we go.
There we go.
That's so cool. Look at your faces coming off.
If you're just listening on the Spotify, Cheese's avatar, looking very evil. And what are you throwing? You got something in your hand? Some kind of confetti or something.
Yeah.
And then my avatar is he's got all sorts of problems, but he's looking very very wicked.
Lost my nose.
Flames. Yes. So,
you're drooling a little bit. I love that. You have lost some skin, lost some of your mask.
The mask has slipped. We're always talking about that, aren't we? So that's very cool. Definitely check that out. If you're lucky, like I said, jump on over and get them very reasonably priced. And
before Ben and I get them all.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We're going to be trying to gobble them all up. Yes. All right, that's all I had to show. And should we dig into some Upland stuff?
Oh, hell yeah.
So there's quite a bit to touch on. There's a lot happening at the moment in the old Upland. So for those of you listeners that aren't in the Upland yet, apologies for the next the rest of the show, because Nociphe, we're going to be talking all about Upland and that. And I mean, like, if you're in the Metaverse NFT space and you're not in Upland, do you even NFT, bro? Do you even Metaverse, bro?
Bro.
Yeah. So you got to check it out.
A little.
Yeah. So
no, actually, no, I'm pretty much like 100% on Upland, but I'm just following another project. It's called Genies. It's all about avatars. It's a Dapper Labs project. I mean, it's not a Dapper Lab project, but they're partnering with Dapper Labs. So now they're on Flow, and I really encourage you to take a look to Genies like ecosystem, because it's like kind of undercover project so far, but they already signed 99% of the singers, like American singers. They have like a full contract with Universal and Warner. So they are building their stuff like slowly undercover, but when they will pop, it will be like really huge. Like the ex-CEO of Walt Disney is on board now, so he's on the like administration board since like 3 weeks or something. So I'm really excited to see that Upland in the roadmap plan to bridge Flow to EOS. So we can expect maybe some kind of, I don't know, cross events, or I don't know, but it's kind of big company already.
Absolutely, yeah.
Great.
We get the Flow blockchain and the Solana blockchain over there, and the rest is history. Once if you can open the NFT portal up to those blockchains, that will be huge.
Definitely.
So, all right. Now, Cheese, you have this book. let me bring up the screeny share again.
Screeny share.
Navigating the Dramaverse. I mean Metaverse.
Oh yes, there's no shortage of drama in the metaverse. Yes,
So what's
I
this
do.
all about?
So Dirk, Kathy, Tommaso, they got together. They created this book. I haven't read it yet. I'm kind of nervous. I want to actually get a digital copy of it because I don't want to touch my physical one, sort of thing. I want to go get it signed from Dirk if possible. But I am definitely interested in going through it and reading it and conversating. Like somebody in the MVE Discord started talking about it, and I'm like, I really want to be able to conversate with them about it and just kind of like see, you know, the view of it. It's still very early with the metaverse, and the fact that he has a book out already is pretty awesome. I mean, I know it's going to be the new way of advertising, the new way of businesses getting the word out there. And if you're interested in a metaverse, you might as well grab this book and give it a quick read, or anything about the metaverse and whatnot. There he goes.
I would buy an audio version if Dirks reads it.
Oh no, all right. So he seems like a really cool, awesome guy, but sometimes I can't understand a word he says.
Yeah, that would make it interesting for me.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But it's interesting that you say that you have a physical copy that you don't want to touch, and you want the metaverse copy.
I know. Yes, I want the metaverse. I want to get this bad girl
There
sign.
it is. Nice.
I have it in my drawer over here, so nobody touches it.
But I hope the cats don't poop on it.
The cats will scratch it, little furry bastards.
They're just signing it. Yeah.
They'll
Now,
sign it themselves.
Speaking of you getting that book signed, how would you go about that?
Well, I purchased tickets for the Las Vegas Genesis Week.
Yes.
Solely took off the days. We're planning on making it a long weekend and going to check it out. You know, hopefully meet a few people from the Upland Metaverse. I would love to kind of record a few clips for the Whine and Cheese, and like I promise to always get everybody in their good light, and pictures too. I hate people putting bad pictures of me or anybody. And yeah, I would love to meet Dirk and have him sign my book. If you're
Awesome.
watching this, Dirk, please don't say, peasant, I don't have time for you.
Oh, they'll do a book signing for sure. Because they'll be pimping, there'll be a stand, there'll be a booth there where they're selling it for sure. So
True.
They'll be pimping it out 100%. So yeah, Genesis Week 2022, and I don't know, Genesis Week. What does that mean? What's Genesis Week for those who aren't fully in the Upland?
Oh, me?
One of you two. I'm throwing you a bone.
I can jump on it if you want, guys. Yeah, Genesis Week is the anniversary of the first property minted in the Upland Metaverse. So
Absolutely.
each year there is like a kind of a week of events to celebrate this period, and each year it's better and better and better. And yeah, definitely this Genesis Week will be some kind of mind-blowing event in Las Vegas in person. They will provide also a city release, so a property drop in live. I don't know how it will look, but yeah, they promise that, and they will be that's really specific, like about like the Genesis Week. Yeah, it's pretty that. It's the anniversary of Upland, where all the team try to meet as much as possible. They also bring like pretty important news for this event. So yeah, everybody in the community is very excited about this time. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a celebration. It's also a time of reflection on the year that's been, and projecting forward, looking ahead at what's to come. So up until this event, Genesis Weeks have always been like in-game sort of activities or within the Discord and that sort of thing, but they're going meat suit. Yeah. That's going to be a meat suit celebration and in real life. So yeah, it says you are invited to celebrate with us in Las Vegas.
You say meat suit, I think of Lady Gaga when she came to the awards with that full like steak wear.
Yeah.
She was full of raw cow.
Yes, I remember that one. Yeah.
That's funny because I heard like a couple of months ago a kind of expression like it was the metaverse like rather than the metaverse.
The metaverse.
Yeah, that was us. We were talking about that.
Yeah, I thought it will get like this word will get mainstream, and then yeah, we heard it less and less, but I think it will come back for sure.
Yeah, we were calling it the meat suit-averse.
Oh yeah. When we went to DTech.
Yes.
Oh gosh, DTech's funny little clips. I miss those.
Yeah, so it says there will be plenty of opportunities to win prizes such as UpX, Spark, and exclusive Genesis Week 2022 NFTs. Participate in activities throughout Genesis Week to increase your chances of winning the grand prize. Now, this is an interesting point to touch on. The grand prize is the first minted car, a one-of-a-kind M Motors Series 1 Genesis trim. So get ready to join us and light it up, Upland. So that car, there is already people... there's already people front-loading that, and they're putting a bounty out for whoever wins that. We'll buy it off you for X markup and this sort of thing, or let us use it for this, that, and the other thing. These kind of events where any action that's associated with it in game qualifies you a ticket into the draw. Man, that just seems to me like this could go really bad. Like, how many times have we seen the terminal kind of competitions, win a terminal, and then it's some random person who was playing Upland, they're not on the Discord, they got no idea what's happening, they've unknowingly won this prize, they've had an entry into the raffle that they didn't know about, they've won a prize that they didn't know about, and we have terminals just sitting there empty, uncollected.
All right, so here's the thing. In order to win this car or any of the prizes, I think you have to be there. No,
that was a misconception. Some of them you do, but this grand prize, you don't have to be there.
Are you sure?
Yep. Yeah, Dak got into that in the Racing League server.
All right.
Yeah, he posted a bunch of clarifying points and that.
But you have to participate to a lot of events, so it's prove a kind of commitment. Yeah, I don't think like some random Uplander will win.
Well, technically, you could get one ticket in this raffle by doing just some, mint a property or something, that whatever it's going to be. You could do something and not even know. That's what I mean. Like people previously have done that, and because there's no in-game communication, the team can't send somebody individually a message in game and say, "Hey, you've won. Get in contact with us." I mean, they can email them based on their registered email, but a lot of people, myself included, I blocked the Upland email because otherwise, if I'm on a city releases are at 1 a.m. and if I'm buying at 200 properties, I'm going to wake up my whole family with ding, 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 ding as I go on crazy buying. So, yeah. So, I don't know. I just see that the possibility of that going very badly is kind of scares me a little bit.
I mean, I'm sure they're going to want to advertise this car, and I'm sure they will have some sort of, hopefully some sort of kind of like, if you don't contact us within the first week, we'll go to we'll roll again or something.
Hopefully that's the case. Yeah, because that's a monumental prize. I think
Yeah.
you're looking. What's the floor price on the one of one Genesis car? It's going to be 50 mil, maybe.
Yeah.
I
Easy.
think.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. 25 to 50 mil.
Easy. Yep. I think so too. So yeah, it goes into a few more details here. What is Genesis Week? On June 6, 2019, the first property ever was minted in Upland, and thus the Upland Metaverse was born. So
Would you guys keep or sell if somebody offered you like 25K?
you first, Nociphe.
Yeah, I think I sell to buy more than once they release the cars, because I don't think like they will work. But actually, yeah, Ben is right. It's a unique model from like the Genesis. So yeah, it will never be a random model, even if the market will be flowed by cars. So yeah, it's have a lot of value. But yeah, I think I sell it to buy more.
I would sell too. What about you?
I wouldn't.
Ben? You
No,
wouldn't?
I wouldn't. No, I think that's something you just put away in your bag and just see what happens.
I would
you
sell
ask-
it and go for international.
Yeah. Well, I've already got my international budget ready to go. So, yeah. I think this.
But
I think you'd be selling your Bitcoin for pizza.
All right, that's interesting. That's an
Yeah.
interesting way to see it.
Yeah, I think it's a gamble, right? I mean, if Upland doesn't succeed in the long term, well, you'd kick yourself. I should have sold it when I had the chance, and then
Yeah,
bought a
you
bunch of
never know.
properties and sold that for US dollars out. But I think the risk to reward ratio is so far in the reward category. Like there was no risk here. You didn't pay anything, if you won it. And yeah, you're talking about if Upland is hugely successful, this could easily be a 6-figure NFT.
Easy, yeah.
Yeah. You
It
know
could
what
be
I'm like.
a board
it will.
Yeah,
It will.
exactly. Yeah, it will. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, this was another one. Join us live and in person. Now, there's been a bunch of people speculating on there being an in-person meetup, and a lot of people have said it should be Las Vegas for various reasons. And obviously, the team has taken that on board into their considerations. And yes, it's going to be a full-on event, an in-person live event in Las Vegas. What do you think about that?
Well, I have an issue with the first 50 tickets being raffled. I think that was a really bad way to do it. I think all tickets that were purchased should have been raffled for the in-person thing, because I have a feeling that it's going to be like a very, I had one of the first 50 tickets, buy it from me for like 5 times.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. And that's what people are doing. Like, and a lot of, I don't think even half of the people who bought those first 50 tickets will even show up.
Interesting. Yes.
So
maybe. What's the thing that Waffles Kitty runs?
Digicon.
Why isn't this done in a Digicon style? It's a metaverse. You've got, and again, this goes back to something that I've been complaining about for 2 years. The Upland Metaverse team and everything they're focused on is so North American focused that it's almost a slap in the face to everybody else who's not American based.
You're right. No, you're right.
And there's not even any mention of something like that as part of this celebration. So unless you're in America, and yeah, I get that there's a lot of people who live in America that they can't go either, but that's, if you're in America, anywhere in America, that's a lot more realistic than somebody from Europe or Africa or myself in Australia. It's just totally, I don't know. Some people have asked me, are you going to go? I'm like, well, it's a 20-something hour flight. As far as I know, if you win the prize to get over there, it only covers accommodation. So you're talking a couple of $1,000 return tickets and God knows what else. So yeah, even if that wasn't the case, I wouldn't go because I'm not the type of person to just say, I'm out of here, family. You know, if it was my entire family paid to go over there, sure, I'd consider it. But yeah, why is there no online component of this?
You're right. You're right. When you're right, you're right. And I usually play devil's advocate to you, but like, and also like in the Upland Cafe last night for the Uplando show, a lot of people were inquiring about that. Like, is there going to be a way to see this if we go to the cafe? Will there be constant? I think Sasso was the one that brought it up. He said, will there be constant live streaming? Like if we just get up and get on here, can we see somebody who is there who is a broadcaster? Like we weren't reached out to. Maybe some people get reached out to, but Ben and I weren't reached out to. I'm going to be there. I'm part of the Whine and Cheese and the UDU podcast. You know, I would love to know what is allowed and what's not allowed regarding like going over there with like a GoPro and like talking to people and whatnot. I am going to try to reach out to them and find out, because I think it would be extremely awesome for the community to kind of see this sort of stuff while they can't be there.
Yeah, it just makes no sense to me. This is a digital metaverse platform that is global, and there's no virtual event as part of this big celebration. It just seems bizarre almost. So, you know, they're talking about happy hours with the Upland team, a live city opening with the Upland team, a live roadmap, lighted up Upland Awards party, a special event exclusive for chief executives. Yeah, well, I'm a chief executive. It'd be nice to be able to jump into that, even if it was by FaceTime or something like that. But there's no option whatsoever.
I have a certain angle on that. I think they really want to, create real life communities. So that's why they don't really. It's not really matter for them to, in those kind of events. I mean, like Genesis Week is something different. It's broader for all the community. So yeah, I follow you. It's kind of weird and could be better. But in general, when they made their event, like as they made the Upland meeting in Los Angeles, and they made one in Frankfurt, and those kind of meeting, I think they will be like more and more and more on time to gather, but small community in specific areas. I don't know if you got what I mean, but yeah, I really think they want to create in ERL communities, like strong community IRL. So that's why they focus now on the US, because they're releasing the US, but once it will go to Europe, or I don't know, like Asia, or I think we will see the same. And then maybe in 1 or 2 years there will be Genesis Week all over the world, and you will be able to reach them. I hope.
But there has to be an online version of that connects all of those communities.
Yeah,
at the
true,
moment, this just caters to one very tiny community. You know, it just seems bizarre to me that there's not an extra bullet point here that says some kind of Digicon event or something. You know, that those platforms exist. Whether they created their own way to do it, or they used, they reached out and used a platform like Digicon or something to hold the event or host it for them, just seems bizarre. Whether I don't know if it's an oversight or it's a deliberate decision, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's for anybody who's not US based and has no real option of going over there. It's a bit of a slap in the face as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, maybe they just didn't announce yet, but they are cooking something. I don't know.
Maybe. Hopefully so.
I hope.
Yeah.
Hopefully, yeah.
So, Cheese, the lighted up. Not to get too dark, the lighted up Upland Awards party. You'd be all in on that, wouldn't you?
Friday awards party. I'll yeah, definitely.
Personally,
yeah, why not?
I hate these kind of things. They're just they're backslapping, butt kissing kind of things. Unless you got a kind of Ricky Gervais character that can give a big dose of reality, and yeah, that's what entertains me. Awards parties, yeah. I mean, I get it. It would be fun to go and celebrate and that sort of thing, but yeah, my gosh, they're cringe.
I mean, I never leave the house. This will be something fun. I'll have my husband there in case there's too much cringe. We could just kind of stay together and embrace the normal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to be a part of this. I feel like this is the easiest way for me to be a part of this. I don't know if I'd ever be able to do it again.
Yeah.
And that's like, I hate hot weather. Like, I live in Arizona. That's weird, but I never leave the house. So it's like, this will be a great way for me to kind of have a once in a lifetime opportunity to kind of meet the people, hopefully get my book signed, and just see what it's about.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you'll have a ball. And even if it does end up a butt kissing and back slapping thing, yeah, you'll have a good time laughing in the background. So
I definitely will.
Yeah. So we'll see. How about you, Nociphe? Did you consider getting on a plane and heading on over?
Oh man, I wish. If I could, I would go because, yeah, it's history, I guess. So
yeah,
it is history.
But unfortunately, yeah, I can't move there.
Yeah. Okay, and yeah, this is the confusing part here. It says you must attend in person to be present to claim prizes, but a little bit further down where it says the grand prize giveaway, whether or not you can join us in person, you can still win the grand prize. So they've contradicted themselves there in the space of 2 paragraphs.
And
so,
what is the prize for the first 50 Uplanders? The first 50 people who get the ticket?
It's a unique NFT.
Ah.
An additional unique NFT. So yeah, you're right. There's probably people who registered and bought tickets to get that NFT and they're not going to attend. Yeah. Because they're just going to speculate that NFT is going to be worth more in the future. So yeah, interesting. We will release more information on how to earn entries in the coming weeks, so stay tuned. Weekly Spark login bonus and then blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So that's about wraps that up.
Yeah.
So we shall see. Yeah, I hope they come up with something that, that can include the wider global community, as I keep saying.
I'll have to get spy glasses and attach like a camera there.
Nice. Anyhow, we've shed enough light on Upland and, well,
let's shed some more.
Let's shed some more, yeah. And it's a good segue actually, because this is what you guys, from what I've seen, what you're going to be talking about is community-based building communities, it's supporting the global player base to get involved in some specific little communities. But yeah, I don't really know the details of it, so I'm going to stop flapping my mouth and take a back seat and be an avid listener. I can't wait to hear more. Over to you two.
Nociphe.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's pretty much that. It's kind of empowering like the Upland community way further than Upland is able to provide right now, thanks to the infrastructure, like the development, the technology. So yeah, we have like thousands, like a lot of great brains around Upland that's such as artists or any kind of IRL how to say initiative or whatever,
like ambitious.
we are all Uplanders, and we are all human with how purpose and yeah, I
Uniqueness.
miss the word. Yeah, I mean, we all provide stuffs, in life. So each Uplander has to provide stuffs, but sadly, unfortunately, like Upland is not able to gather all the content right now. So we are coming with a platform that will empower Uplanders to expose like what they provide, any kind of stuffs. So we are kind of recreating a layer on top of. So we choose New York City to structuring this initiative. So, for
And
example,
when you say New York City, you mean Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn,
yeah, the 5
Manhattan?
boroughs.
All right,
Yes,
cool.
the 5 boroughs. So, if you have any kind of content that you want to provide to the community, you reach out to us. You just need to have just a property in Upland in one of the 5 boroughs. So we start to tie activity to real address in Upland to give it more structure and purpose. And then you will be granted to a kind of mini server on our broader server where you'll be able to just show to the community what you're doing, what you provide, and the community will be able to reach you and start to entering a conversation and to develop stuff to the point that Upland will be able to host you in game. So we want to start to creating all the logistics that will just need to drop in Upland when Upland will be ready to host this kind of activity thanks to the development and the technology. So yeah, we are creating a community with I'd say that like economic purpose, like connecting people, connecting kind of businesses. So yeah, and on top of that, there will be brothers events that will run on top of all this community, and this will start to structuring like the whole administration behind this New York City purpose, and it will be like a full Apex economy, so a full economy based on Apex with some events, paid events. Those funds will go through the community. So, or more you provide content, more you get rewarded. There will be like kind of leaders for the each boroughs to manage their like content creators. I mean like the people that provide the content, and yeah. So all this will be like in a simple server, one server, really structured by it will be structured by the boroughs, then the neighborhoods, and you will be able to choose who you want to follow, who you want not. So there will be like it will be all in the same place, but with a really special kind of connection between the content providers and the community. So yeah, it's
All right.
I like to see it just like a platform as Instagram or TikTok. So you provide content and you have access to a community, and the community choose to following you or not. So yeah, that's the whole purpose.
All right, so I'm just gonna run down real quick to see, make sure I got this. So each of the boroughs will have nodes within that will be a part of your project, and each node will have a place on your Discord server where they can bring events to from various artists, whether it be comedy or singing or what have you. And people will pay, like if you're in the Bronx, for example, and I'm having somebody come, like a jazz singer come to my area, and people will want to hear her, they will pay an UPX to come hear her, and she will get the proceeds. Like there will be the node manager and the artist will get the proceeds. and it'll all be in your server, bringing the community of New York together.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And it's like any kind of events. So yeah, I mean, like it's pretty much as real life. It's you can already see it as a proper city that's run almost like a proper city in terms of content, you know. So yeah, you will have access to all the community will bring to you, you know. So more there will be people in, more there will be content creators, more the content will be diversified, and yeah, I mean, yeah, it will be like a kind of city. It will be like Upland, maybe in 2 or 3 or 5 years. I don't know. It depends the development, but yeah, we are bringing that to the community already.
Well, I think it's important that the community does something like this, and to bring like to begin with New York together, and kind of, you know, get the artists out there and in front of people, and just have a good time, really. And it's nice to have all of this in one Discord, so you don't have to go to, let's say, oh, MVE is going to have a thing, I have to be a part of this Discord. Oh, this person's going to have a thing, I have to be a part of this Discord. You could get it all within one Discord. And question for you, two questions. So first question is, if you get this, or when you get this all together, do you see yourself expanding out of New York to include other places? Like, let's say you do a really good job with New York, it's kind of, you get people to run it, it's becoming self-sufficient. Down the line, maybe a few months later, do you see this as a good taking off point for maybe the West Coast?
Yeah, I don't think so. Why? Because I think it will take kind of not a long time, because we are working really hard on the project. I can't tell you already like how timelines it will come. We are in the first phase on 3 phase, but yeah, it will take time to roll out. So I think when people, they will understand the idea, they will understand the concept, we will not have the time to chase other cities, because there will be other other teams, other infrastructure that will take the concept and develop it in the other cities. Okay. So yeah, I hope this will give the idea around to make it, you know, because I just want to see it happening, actually, like more than you know, taking rewards of that. I just want to. I think there is 2 things. I think there is a lack of not content in the first place, but there is a lack of access to a content. As you said, there is like many servers, and it's pretty much the mess to know what's going on in Upland. Actually, you know, it's hard to know everything that is happening in Upland. Like Dak in the last UDU podcast, that was funny, because he said, I think like even like the Uplanders, the Upland, you know, developers and community manager, they don't know even like the half of what is going on in Upland. Like, I mean, on the Discord server and above, you know. So yeah, I think there is a really big lack of access to the content. There is an issue to access to the content, and this issue brings a lack of content, because there is a lot of people that they want to provide things, but it's really hard for them to reach the community. So yeah, I want to bring that to Upland. You know, I want to bring the feasibility, an easy access to all like the beautiful people in Upland that provide crazy things, you know, art and you know, councils. I don't know if you say council, but you know, I don't have the word, because it can merge everything actually, like really everything. All the talents they are around. They just ask to be you know, to work together in the same place, and then it will spread. I hope.
I'm sorry. I have another question for you.
Yeah.
How do you have an idea currently, or is it still in the beginning phases of how payment would work?
Yeah, actually, like all the payments will be like through burners,
All right.
sadly, unfortunately.
Until
So
Upland gets that going,
yeah, the point is like the most of the economy will be based on, you know, those burners, like workers, because they will be like burner workers. Because if we succeed in how we see the, you know, the roadmap, yeah, we could merge really a huge portion of the Upland community there. So there will be like a lot of transactions. So yeah, there will be like a huge team of people that, you know, will be paid to you know, gather burners, sell burners, you know, make all the transactions. So once there will be the Apex transfers, unfortunately, this aspect, this kind of jobs will slowly disappear. But those guys, I hope they will be enough tied to the administration to find other jobs in this administration. But yeah, in the first place, it will be like all based on burners. And slowly, when Upland will low down, you know, the cooldown period of the Apex transfer, we will move like slowly to a real, you know, transfer, live transfer. I don't know how to call that, but it will look more like a proper, a easily community. And also, if we don't have to pay for all those jobs, it will be more money that will flow and get back to, you know, the content creators and the administration and all those stuff. So yeah, we can't wait for like a better Apex transfer. But we are really glad that the Apex transfer is here. It's just like not not in full power, but it's here. And this is the update on the Apex transfer that bring us to this idea, because we envision that it will happen. So yeah, it's time to do it. You know what I mean? Because if there were not the Apex transfer released already, we wouldn't chase this kind of infrastructure, because we will be able to stand like that for, you know, a period, but not like for like a
All
year
right.
or more.
All right.
Very cool.
Too much more.
There's a lot there to unpack, and I'll be honest, my eyes and ears are starting to glaze over a bit there. There's a lot of details coming at me. Can we backtrack a little bit? Cheese, I think I led us straight into get the meat and the guts, where we kind of missed our usual front load, where who is Nociphe? You know, where'd you come from?
I was
What are you
like,
all about?
Oh yeah,
Well, that was my fault. I
that's
just let us
true.
straight in.
that was
So-
Ben's fault.
Yeah, it was in the road. Yeah.
So can we
I forgot.
can we take a big step back and just find out a bit more about yourself and
I
kind
gotta
of
say
your
my
pathway
thing.
here? Yeah.
Pour us
so
a hot cup of Nociphe.
Yeah. And then I'd like to see, just to, because you've got a lot of information coming out. Do you have any graphics or some stuff that you can share, whether it be your have you got a server that you're working on that you can kind of show us what you're talking about? I think that would, to get some visuals would help a bit there. But yeah,
And
as
you can
Cheese
send
says,
me, you can send me
about
anything
that,
you want to share.
yeah, about that, we have like the white paper, but we are a little bit, I mean, kind of afraid
work
to
in
share
progress.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, the server is quite closed now, because it was an ancient server that I used for the Spark. It was like a kind of Spark exchange, the early beginning of the Spark. It was like the Spark counter. It was the Spark counter. So yeah, it became you know, obsolete. So we choose to use this server to,
Yeah.
how to say that? You know what I
All
mean?
right. Well, just to help clarify a few points, and I think after we've finished with finding out about you, we might do a series of short questions and answers, just to really narrow in and focus in on the meat and potatoes of what it's all about. But yeah, first of
Yeah.
all, big cup of Nociphe. Who are you? Well, I mean, I know we've been in DMing and stuff for a long time now, but yeah, for those listeners and watchers that don't know, what's your journey into Upland and the metaverse and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah. So actually, I'm from Switzerland. I live in Switzerland. I born and raised in Paris, and I was a chef before I reached Upland. So I reached Upland in kind of a rotated part of my life. I don't know how to say that, but yeah, I found Upland at the right moment, I guess. So yeah, I jumped in Upland in early, maybe March or April. I think the 6th April of the last year.
All right.
So it was just after the release of Reno. So yeah, that's from where I started, and since this point, I've been pretty much slowly getting 100% in Upland. So yeah, I had some kind of revenue that allowed me to dedicate a huge part of my life in Upland. So yeah, actually, I discovered about like UDU and what you were doing in Midtown Terrace. So me and Up to Date. So Up to Date is another Uplander that most known because he worked for the bank when the bank was active. And yeah, we decided to create like thanks to you, Ben, because you gave us the idea actually of creating the Red Hook node, so the Red Hook resident, so RHR. And yeah, since then we started to gather people, structuring like the infrastructure, waiting for Spark. And when Spark dropped, we started to organize to build together in the same way, and we merged kind of something like 80% of the ownership in Red Hook, and it was after release, so we are pretty much we are proud of our work because it was like a full minted area that we took over, but it was in the early days, so it was like pretty much easy, not compared to today. So that's pretty it. So I'm around Upland since not a long time as you, Ben, but yeah, I start to understand things and see pretty much where all this is heading us. So yeah, I'm really, I really love the metaverse concept, and I think if there is a metaverse, it's really Upland. It's the only platform that could merge at one point all the content from all the other platforms that's existing, like in the whole ecosystem, because it's the only platform that will be able to tie the real world economy to the metaverse economy, thanks to real address and real behaviors. So yeah, I'm here in Upland, and I will stay in Upland for sure for a long time.
Same with Ben and I. What do you do outside of the metaverse?
Actually, like it's pretty much all my job right now. I'm around because I forgot that I'm the co-leader of the French community in Upland.
Oh.
So yeah.
Wait, co-leader of what? The French community where?
In Upland. That's Upland.
No. What do you do outside of the metaverse? Like no internet, no metaverse, no Upland. He said
Upland is his life. He's full time. He's full time Upland.
Just before Upland, I was like trying to become a professional snowboarder.
Oh, that's so cool.
But yeah, I get kind of old, and So yeah, that was an option that disappears slowly to slowly.
How
You
old
know?
are you, if you don't mind?
55. Yeah.
What?
No, kidding.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jesus.
No, I'm. If I don't mistake, I think I'm 31 and I'm going for 32. Yeah.
And that's too
Yeah.
old for snowboarding?
Yeah, they're
Oh.
teenagers nowadays.
You can't.
Really?
Yeah. You can't imagine the level
you-
is so.
You said you're full-time in Upland. So does that mean you're using the US dollar out system to pay the bills? Are you flipping properties for US dollars? Is that how you're supporting yourself?
No, actually, like I'm kind of broke. But you know, I know I'm not looking on in a plan to become like billionaires. I'm just like looking to establish and to make a real job, like a constant revenue, a small one. So yeah, I'm just as I told you, I had some funds to be able to really focus on Upland. So now it's 1 year, and I'm still on those funds. That was a kind of bet, and I think like I took the right bet because now all will roll out in and out Upland, and more opportunity are coming. So yeah, I know it will be like really easy to live from Upland, like
That's very cool.
in a
That you're
short
kind
time.
of basically you've invested in yourself and the
Yeah.
future of Upland. So you're willing to take a kind of short to medium term risk, betting
Yeah.
that this is going to pay out long term. That's cool. I mean,
Yeah.
we've seen a lot of people come into the space who have kind of talked in a similar aspect. Well, not a lot of people, a few people that have come in saying, I'm going to make this my profession and that sort of thing, but they don't put in the work. They talk and talk and talk, but they don't actually do the work. Where I know
it's hard.
from the conversations I've had with you in DMs and even on Zooms and that sort of thing, you're all about putting in the work.
So I see this as
Yeah,
being
I try.
the new futuristic entrepreneur.
Yeah, I think people don't understand that yet. I think we both understand that yet, but most of the metaverse ecosystem, they don't understand that. That's where I hope it will be on Upland, but it will be, of course, in any kind of metaverse relative project, that there will be like the jobs of tomorrow. That's 100% sure that the world is evolving like that. If you look back and how the working economy get evolved through the advent of the telephone of the phone, for example, it's crazy. It's just changed the world, and then with internet, it just changed the world again. And we are touching a new way of telecommunication with the metaverse, that's going more into the communication, like real person communication. So all this will reshape all the how we work today, and it will bring us a new world of opportunities. So yeah, I don't mind to sacrifice a little bit my personal life right now, because I know it will be of course like a winning bet, from what I understand from the metaverse, from what I what I mean. So
That's a very nice position to be in. I know Cheese and we know people in the space who've kind of taken that gamble on the NFT side of things, because it might be like yourself, where they have kind of an in real life little nest egg, or they've had an early win with NFT projects and they've been able to make a balance that can kind of see them through paying the in real life bills for a year or 2 years and that sort of thing. It's one of the things I know I struggle with, where I'd love to do that, but in the interim, my kids can't eat Apex, so I got to keep working the in real life job. So it's a bit frustrating. This new project that you've got, does it have I might have missed it, does it have a specific name?
Yeah, it's NYC. It's NYC so far.
Is that an
I think it
acronym for
just
something?
New
yeah,
York
it's
City.
New York City, man.
Just New York City. Yeah, it's just straight to the point.
Yeah, straight to the point. I mean, like at the end of the day, it's New York City. It's
It
about like
speaks for
creating.
itself.
Yeah, it speaks for itself, and it's about like empowering like there will be no people that have the lead on this project. I mean, it should be just if you want to walk, you will walk, you will get reward, and that's will be from the early stage. But really soon, when the infrastructure will be able to, it will be sustainable. Yeah, it will all work by elections, So there will be kind of leaders for boroughs, like as there is like different mayors from the boroughs, and there is like probably a mayor on top of New York City, um, or like a council or something like that. That will be all like democratic and like it will be sustainable. I so far we are like struggling to create a team. So we will not start to bring democracy right now because now there is no people that fight to work for that. We are struggling to
Yes.
find people to work for that. So
Well,
that's the first stage.
is that does that go over to the, because I believe you have for the various NYC boroughs, there's leaders associated with those. Can you give us an idea of what the boroughs are, who the leaders are, and maybe even why those particular people were selected to come on board?
Yeah. So I will start from like Staten Island. Staten Island, there is not much happening there. So there is like Jackie Chan. So it's Satoshi Castle. He's from like Red Hook, but
Yeah, he's a well-known player.
Yeah, he's a well-known player, and it's a block, a really good block. And yeah, we work a lot together. That's pretty amazing. So he's just here right now to just be able to answer to anybody that want to bring content, that will want to reach us, and it's just like here, to reach us, for the Queens, we got coach like. It's those guys are from this new server like the Vatican House. I don't know if you heard about. I think like Cheese, you're
I'm in their
there.
server, yeah.
Who is the player?
So yeah,
Who's the player?
It's Coach Frank. Coach Frank. But he's part of the team, so it's just like so far like the leaders from the boards. There are people that just are here to gather how to say, to be able, they are here to let people like the content creator that want to reach us
Who's in the Bronx?
We didn't set the Bronx yet, I guess. Right?
What?
Right, Cheese? Oh,
She's
no,
gonna melt
maybe I'm
down.
mistaken. Maybe I'm mistaken.
The cheese is melting. He's
Yeah,
stirring you
so
up, Cheese. He's stirring you up.
it was like there is not there were like this first project in the Bronx in City Island. So we tried to reach them first, and we realized that there is still like a kind of initiative, but there is no lead anymore.
Yeah,
And
that
I heard,
project, as far as I know, that project just fizzled and died because there was no leadership.
yeah, that's sad. That's sad.
Mm.
But anyway, so we kept digging, and we find that Cheese. I don't know if I can speak about the node right now.
Yeah, you can.
I think. Yeah,
It's public.
That's awesome.
It's public.
That's awesome. So yeah, I figured out that Cheese and pretty much like UDU behind. We are like pushing things in Bronxdale. So I
Yes.
thought like, oh yeah, that could be like the our interlocutor for the Bronx. And yeah, that was a great bet, because now we push things together, and yeah, it's working. So yeah, so the leadership in the Bronx is Cheese, and yeah, it's Cheese that the person that you have to reach if you want to establish in the Bronx is Cheese. Yeah. So that's for the Bronx. And for Manhattan, so for Brooklyn, it's about like RHR, so Red Hook, how initiative, how kind of note, And
that
from
makes sense.
Manhattan, yeah, and from Manhattan, it's luck. So
Lucky.
yeah, lucky. I should.
Or lock. Yeah, I think it's lock.
Lock.
And people
Lock.
say.
Lock.
I don't know. Now I'm
It's
confusing
same
myself.
than Nociphe. Same
Yeah,
than
is it Nociphe? Is
like,
it Nociphe?
Yeah. No. But
yeah,
yeah,
he's a
he
well-known,
makes,
well-established player as well. So yeah.
yeah, and he owned a lot in Manhattan, and yeah, he was like yeah, he was up to work the thing with us. I mean, because it was like kind of hard to contact people and try to bring them in the vision. Most of the people, they told me just like, man, it's way too early. I say,
No, well, he's somebody who came on board when he came on board with the UDU. He came to us with like basically a full-on presentation. Well, he wasn't pitching to us. He was just showing us what he planned. Like he had a PDF with like all these massive plans of what he was going to do. Cheese, is it Upper West Side or Upper East Side?
West.
Oh, yeah,
West
Upper
side,
West Side. So yeah,
but
and this is probably 8-9 months ago, maybe. Like he had like full-on plans. So yeah, he's definitely a man on the mission. And even that goes as far as the NFLPA legits. Like he's Australian, and we've been talking like he's got no idea about the NFL, but he saw it was an opportunity. So rather than just talking about stuff, he just went all in on it. So yeah, he's definitely, as Cheese like to say, there's thinkers and doers. Well, he's definitely one of those people that's a thinker and a doer. So
yeah, that's awesome. I'm really glad to work with all the people that we gathered around this initiative. Yeah, that's make me really feel confident in the future, because it's tough players, tough workers, like that they have the same vision about like the metaverse and where Upland like is bringing us. So yeah, that's definitely good. How to say it? It's a good feeling. I mean, it's make me feel confident. Yeah, it's make me feel confident, really confident. And
yeah,
also,
well, it's always good when you get people on board who understand what you're trying to do and they're willing to pitch in and help. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, and also I guess yeah, I guess there is a need, for that. There is, I really feel there is a need for that. I need that,
Yeah, a lot of people are saying, I have these properties, I've built a structure on these properties, now what do I do with it? And I think you're trying to take that to the next level. So piggybacking off that, so say I'm Joe Blow, player of Upland, and I have 3 properties in Staten Island, and I hear about this and I want to get involved. How do I find out more information, and what can I expect to get out of it?
So yeah, if you are this player, yeah. So if you're in Staten Island, you have to reach like so Jackie Chan, so Satoshi Castle, and then he will provide you like a few information that you have to provide. So it's really simple. It's I can just tell you right now. Wait 1 second.
So we should say too, this is a project that's still very much in development and on the way.
Yeah.
So it's something that's going to be coming out with a lot more information shortly.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, we want to keep it simple too, you know, because we want to merge everything in pretty much as an only server. And as there is not much other initiative as we are doing right now, we can end really fast with most of all the, you know, Upland content. So yeah, it's need to be, you know, access points, not servers in a server. It's need to be like really mini servers in the server, you know. I want you to have the possibility to, you know, bring also, it's a door to your full content, maybe, you know what I mean? Because how it works, it's just like one first channel, so every content creator, so yeah, I call everyone like content creators because that's what they are at the end of the day. So yeah, so you have one channel where you are depicting like your you know, your initiative, another channel that it's your announcement channel, and a third channel where there is a chat. So that is your mini server, and you are full empowered from that. The first channel you have to see with the administration to set the channel, like the depiction, because yeah, for technique terms. Otherwise, the two other channels that are full yours channel. It's yours. Yeah, it's your property. Actually, on this server, it's your property.
Well, that sounds
so,
very
yeah.
much like what we tried to set up with the Metaverse Ventures
Yeah,
Entertainment Center, the
actually,
MVE
yeah.
server, where it's getting people within the one roof and giving them a little area to make their own. But in your
Yeah, pretty
instance,
much.
it's about running in-game content that's related to those specific areas and that sort of stuff. That's really cool.
Yeah, I really see it as the first iteration of the administration on top of, because it's funny because like in the UDO podcast last time we were speaking about like the 659 and all those you know, government stuffs, and that will really push Upland forward. And I think I bring a kind of answer to that, because it's pretty much the same. It's how right now how we get organized, but not just in a node, like how we are interconnect the node, how we are interconnecting like the content, how we make it more powerful, how we draw out more audience, and what we do with this audience, you know. There is really the opportunity to create a real system from that, you know, and reward people that work for this system, you know, creating jobs, you know, like in real life. You create jobs, those people that provide stuffs, etc., and you make a loop, you know. This money is just like floating, but in the same ecosystem. Like it's a, you know, it's a pool, and we are using like the all this economy will based on Upland actually. So it just yeah, it's I don't know how to say it. It's pretty much in Upland from my perspective. It's pretty much in Upland. So it's just need to be able to open the door of your real property in Upland. That's just the difference, because it will be the same actually.
Alrighty, well that sounds good. How can people reach out to you if they want to find out more? What's the best way to contact you?
Yeah, actually, that's the bad point. So we planned to start advertise yesterday. So I dropped the first message on you know, the community channel on Upland. Sadly, they told me that it's a little bit complicated to advertise because we are promoting outside businesses that are outside from Upland. So actually, I'm not sure if we'll be able to advertise anytime soon on Upland. However, yeah, we will make like a lot of promotion everywhere we can actually. So yeah, it's me. If you want to reach us for to get implemented, to get you know, your content tied to an address in Brooklyn, you contact Nociphe. If you want to bring content to Manhattan, you contact Larky. For the Bronx, you contact Morecheeese. you contact like Coach Funk for and the Vatican's. I mean, like Coach Funk simply from for the Queens. And for Staten Island, you reach out Jackie Chan. So you will find it on Discord by Satoshi Kasa. So
All right.
that's it. And we
Now,
will.
are you on Twitter, or what's the best way for somebody to contact you? Twitter or Discord, or because we'll put a link.
Yeah,
in
it's Discord.
Okay.
It's Discord. It's Discord. Like reach. Yeah, it's. We are represented each borough, so we are independent actually. So yeah, it's really where you got properties and where you want to develop your business. So yeah, you choose from one of those 5 area, and then yeah, you just provide your stuffs and let's go. You're in and just waiting for the launch, the big launch, and the launch will come with yeah. If I just like can speak about that a little bit, I want to stay a little bit fuzzy, but not too much. So yeah, there is the first phase. So we are building the content, so we don't advertise the server. So we're just like looking for content. Then we will open the server just for people to get acclimated to the functionment and all the stuff. And then the real launch will come with like a huge event. We are trying to yeah, find the best artists possible to create this huge event, like launch event, but it will not happen tomorrow, to be clear. It will happen, you know, in the next months, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be a watch this space. All right, we might wrap it up there, and yeah, like I said, we'll put links in the description, and if people want to find out more, they can jump on over. Thank you for that, and we look forward to seeing how it all plays out. Cheese, I just wanted to touch base, if that's okay, and mention something that we've got going on in the MVE server, and I guess this will save me having to do the sicko part that we usually patch in here, there, and everywhere. So sickos, if you've made it this far, congratulations, well done. We got a special competition going on in the MVE server at the moment that's associated with the Upland Development United podcast, or the UDU podcast as we call it. I'll just bring that up now. So sickos, if you want this week's NFT, you are going to have to jump on over to the MVE server and give us some feedback. So we want to, well, I'll read through this because it's a bit easier. So everyone, competition and prize details for the UDU podcast challenge this week, which, as I've just said, is now the Sicko challenge. If you want to get this episode's free Morecheeese themed NFT, the challenge is to tag Morecheeese and myself with feedback in the general chat channel of the MVE server on how the MVE server could be better set out and improved. Yeah, as I say here, we've got thick skins, be brutal, be honest. We know that there's a hell of a lot that can be simplified, fixed up, improved, expanded upon. Any input that you can give us in that regards would be greatly appreciated. So yes, get your feedback in. And like I said, getting your feedback in not only gives you the free Morecheeese NFT, it's also going to put you in the running for what is a pretty cool prize, which is Cheese and I are going to just decide who offered the most useful and constructive feedback, and they're going to win a showcase as the very first Legends of MVE NFT series. So we'll spin the wheel for that. Oh, not for that one, sorry. We'll choose a winner for that one, and you'll work with me to design the NFT around about yourself or your interests. Like Nociphe, for example, he might want to do, if he was the winner of this, he might want to do an NFT that highlights the Red Hook residence node or the NYC project. You will get mints number 1 to 5. We're not sure what the total mints are at this stage. That's something we can discuss with you as well. This NFT series will be minted by Morecheeese on her side of things. So it'll be all whitelisted and all that sort of stuff. And everybody who offers feedback here, your name will go into the wheel on the UDU podcast, and you get a chance to win one of those 3 mints as well. So if you're a Whine and Cheese listener and you're not a UDU podcast listener, don't worry. If you get your feedback in for this, you could still win and you'll still get that NFT and that sort of thing. Okay, Cheese, did you have anything else you wanted to clarify or wrap on for that?
I think I'm good.
Alrighty, let's get us out of here.
That's it. Can I tell everyone to go home?
Yes.
Get out of here.
Go ahead, get your pinky up. Talk wine and cheese, motherfucker. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Talk wine and cheese, motherfucker. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Eagle Empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get after dry. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. Eagle Empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife, flying through the sky. Eagle Empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get after dry. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. Eagle Empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife, flying through the sky.